Okay, so good morning, good evening for everybody, almost everybody, but for Mali it's good morning. So I'm happy to welcome you at our webinar, and I'll just tell a couple of words. Why are we doing that? Because we were on the calls with Andreas, with Natalia, we are partners, and somehow we came up with the idea to talk about the data security around Atlassian, because we have solutions which manage this issue somehow. Those solutions, they are not competitive, but they might be interesting to like broad auditorium. So that's why we came up with this idea to jump on the mutual webinar and to spread this information the world. Maybe it will help somebody. And then Mel from Atlassian, she also joined our webinar. So that's why we think that this combination of like 3 vendors and Atlassian might be interesting for a number of people. So the agenda of today's webinar will be the following one. We have only 1 hour, but we want this 1 hour to be as intense as possible. And of course, we will start with Mal from Atlassian, because she will tell us what is the Atlassian recent and upcoming investment into marketplace security and compliance. Then the floor will be Natalia's, because she will be talking about tracking issue changes for stronger security. She's from SaaSJet. Then I will jump on, because I will explain why is it so important to back up your Jira, to have the possibility to restore your data from Jira. Why is it a hot topic right now? And in the end, Andreas from Siebert Group will jump in, and he will tell why is it so crucial, important for stronger security practices to anonymize users, process sensitive data, and broadcast security messages. And we will have the Q&A session in the end, like maybe 20 minutes. So we will just talk. We are open to your questions, and yeah, we will discuss all about Atlassian cloud security. So yeah, I think we can start with Mal, right?
Yes, sounds good. Let me share my screen. Sharing. All right. Are you all able to see that?
Yes.
Great. Very good. Well, hello everyone, and thank you to our marketplace partners for inviting me to join today's webinar. My name is Mal Polachicchio. I am a Senior Product Marketing Manager for Ecosystem Trust at Atlassian. I am very excited to have been invited by all these lovely partners to highlight how Atlassian is investing in marketplace and ecosystem security for customers and marketplace partners alike. We have a lot of great content to share today, so let's get started. So in my section of this webinar, I'm going to run through a handful of those security and compliance improvements that Atlassian has made to help boost customer confidence in our ecosystem. So first, let's talk about our new security review process. Starting on June 1st of this year, Atlassian will integrate new security questionnaires and partner identification verification questions into all of the marketplace app review processes for all new and existing apps when they're undergoing a review. So this is going to align our app security with industry standards and help to just install some confidence that marketplace apps meet all of your security expectations. So while there's not going to be visible changes from your perspective on the customer side, you can rest assured that we are continually improving our marketplace security. All right, and then speaking of security expectations, I know from countless customer conversations that data residency is a pretty high priority for many of you, especially those with stricter security requirements. To help meet those expectations, we have made data residency generally available. We have made data residency generally available for apps that store in-scope data on Forge hosted storage. So this offers even more peace of mind that Atlassian's marketplace apps meet compliance expectations. We have also improved data residency migration downtime, decreasing the default duration of app data residency migration downtime from 24 hours to only 2 hours. That improvement in data residency downtime should be making it a lot easier for you all to maintain secure environments. So for any of you on the call who've worked on a data residency migration in the last few months, I hope you've noticed that the process has been significantly shortened. All right, so all of those great changes are all well and good, but if the security and compliance information is hard for you to find or it's hard for you to understand, probably doesn't really do you much good. And that's why we're also making it easier for you to easily see how marketplace apps are meeting your security and compliance needs. First, you may have already noticed that we've just added a new feature that allows our marketplace partners to display verified third-party Trust Center links directly on the Atlassian Marketplace. So here in my screen, you should be able to see what it looks like from the Overview tab of the app listing. You can also access these links from the Privacy and Security tab on the app listing and from the Trust Center section of the Partner Profile page. So I'm hoping that this will make it easier than ever for any of you to quickly reference third-party verified information around security, compliance, and privacy for marketplace apps. We are also improving security transparency with the new Runs on Atlassian badge, which I'm very excited to launch for customers later this quarter. Even though it's launching later this quarter, I thought that maybe you would like to see a sneak peek today. So let's check it out. As you can see here, this new badge for Marketplace apps will show you at a glance which apps don't transmit data outside of the Atlassian platform unless you, the customer, enable it, and they offer data residency. So that's right. These apps are hosted by Atlassian and use Atlassian data storage, which is a highly requested feature. And honestly, those are probably two of the most common questions that we at Atlassian get, and we know our marketplace partners are reporting getting from customers who are evaluating apps. All of this means I'm so excited to offer this new badge and help save you some time and some questions. Runs on Atlassian is going to help you quickly recognize which apps are minimizing risk by preventing data from leaving Atlassian's secure environment. So hopefully this makes it easier than ever for you to decide which apps are best for you and your business. Finally, we are continually providing opportunities for our partners to improve their own enterprise-grade standing by helping you better evaluate which apps best meet customer needs. So let me quickly tell you about two third-party partnerships that we are offering to our marketplace partners that are going to help them reach customer trust goals. The first is compliance with Vanta, and the second is standard legal agreements with bond terms. All right, so Vanta, oops, I think I missed a slide. Nope. All right, so Vanta is one of those third parties, and they are a software provider that works with marketplace partners to streamline their process of gaining compliance. Atlassian's partnership with Vanta is a really direct way that we can help customers get more compliant apps, which we've heard feedback from you is really important. So the more we can do on our end to support our marketplace partners in getting compliance for their apps, the better. Our other new third-party partner is Bond Terms. Bond Terms is an organization that provides standardized legal agreements that have been vetted by a large committee of legal and technical professionals, and those are designed to streamline the procurement process between marketplace partners and customers. So that means that whenever you purchase an app that uses a standard agreement, your legal team doesn't need to review the whole agreement, just any addendums that the partner may have made. And this hopefully will save you hours, maybe even weeks of redlining and negotiations when purchasing or migrating an app. We are also in the process of working on an easy way to see which partners offer standard agreements directly in the marketplace. So you'll be able to see right at a glance which apps offer those standard agreements. So just keep an eye out for that in the future. All right, before I go, I want to quickly plug two Atlassian community groups where I share a lot of content about these kinds of feature releases. First is the Trust and Security Community Group, and the second is the Enterprise Community Group. In those groups, you'll find posts from me, our product teams, and other partners and customers on these topics and a whole wide range of other interesting topics. So please join those groups and stay up to date on everything going on with the product. That is all from me today. I'm going to now hand it over to Natalia to talk through her own security work. Thank you so much. And then let me stop sharing. Here you are.
Well, thank you, Mel. Now I am going to share my screen. Please let me know if you can see it.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Hi everyone again. Thanks for joining our webinar, and it's nice to meet you all today. My name is Natalia, and I am from a SaaSJet company, and today I'm going to tell you about issue history for Jira app and how it helps to track issue changes for stronger security. I want to start with what the issue history for Jira does. It's a simple app that allows to see all the changes made to issues in one place. It answers three main questions: who is responsible for updates, when they occurred, and what the changes were made. For example, it can be the issue status, assignee priority, or changes related to any other field. This is useful when somebody needs to prepare detailed reports related to issue history and send it to the colleagues or, for example, to stakeholders. It is also possible to export the changes for deeper analysis, and our app also allows to restore deleted issues and even revert changes made to them. So in case you work remotely and have a cat like mine who likes to sleep on the keyboard, and if he clicks something and suddenly some issue in Jira just disappeared, no problems at all, because our app can help you revert all the changes and restore deleted issues really quickly. And also, I want to tell about how exactly the app collects all the changes. It retrieves historical data from individual issues by accessing Jira's built-in change log. It extracts all the recorded changes like field updates, status transitions, and users' actions, and merges them into a unified view. The app processes this data in real time without storing any customer's data in its infrastructure. This ensures that users' data remains within our users' Jira environment. And if we are talking about usage of any app, uh, we need to talk about its security. And I want to say that issue history is cloud fortified. It means that it was approved as cloud fortified by Atlassian, and Atlassian checked and approved the apps for extra security. Also, the app complies with SOC 2 standards that ensures its high support and reliability. And we are a participant of bug bounty program that allows us to quickly address any security issues. And to make our app even more faster and safer, we are moving it to Forge. Forge is Atlassian's newest technology for apps that allows all the users' data to stay inside Atlassian's own system. So there are no any extra data transfers. And we are going to finish this process in 2025. And why our clients actually use issue history? They can track every single change, so they see everything and can avoid any mistakes and prevent really critical data loss. They are able to know who changed what and when. And of course, they can fix problems fast in case they occurred. They can easily undo unwanted changes and restore deleted issues quickly. And I want to tell a little bit more about the process of restoring deleted issues in Jira. Our app, as I told previously, helps to do this. And after the activation of the storing process in the app, our users have the ability to view the list of deleted issues and restore them really quickly. Why it is so important? Because this ensures that our users' project data stays safe and complete. And of course, also I wanted to mention the ability of our app to reword description changes and track comments edits. Usually, it's important to know what changes were made to this field as it can affect the overall project efficiency. And its history allows to revert description changes and easily go back to previous versions of them. And also it allows to track comment edits and see who edited or added or changed a comment. And I want to talk about audits. They can be really stressful for a lot of companies, especially when it's hard to find the right data quickly. But with our app, every change in Jira is recorded, and our users have the ability to always have clear records of what happened and when. Also, they can quickly export the needed reports and share this data for audits or reviews in Excel, CSV, and PDF formats. And our clients have the ability to meet the compliance needs, to compliance standards, and show proof of changes when required, and easily follow company rules and avoid any troubles during the audits. And also right now, I want to tell a few words about one of our clients' case. We have a client, it's a pharmaceutical company from the USA. And the pharma and medical device company in the USA must follow FDA's rules to ensure all of their electronic records are accurate, valid, and trackable. And our client has a need to find a way to track every issue change for compliance and ensure all updates were documented and ready for the inspection. In case of anything is wrong or missing, the FDA can reject the records during the audit. So it was really important for our client. And with the help of our app, this pharma company can stay audit ready. They are preparing different reports by filtering issues by project, assignee, sprint. They are able to choose the required date range and use any other relevant fields and generate those reports. And that's why they can easily show proof of changes during FDA inspections. And in general, I want to point out that issue history for Jira provides complete transparency over every change made to issues. The app offers high-level security, and it's easy to set up and access the needed historical data every time when it is required. And most importantly, issue history is always ready for audits, providing really reliable and accurate data to meet compliance standards. And probably that's all what I wanted to tell you today. And thank you for your time. And feel free to ask any questions.
Okay, thank you. I will share my screen. Do you see it right?
Yes.
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 Okay, so it's my turn, and I'll have like 12, 15 minutes to talk about how you can secure your Jira, how you can protect, audit, and recover your data with our solution. A few words about myself. I'm a program manager at GitProtect, and GitProtect is a product of Xopero. Xopero is a cybersecurity company. We are on the market for more than 15 years, and we released GitProtect around 2-3 years ago. And in those 2-3 years, we have protected more than 1 million of repos, and we have a lot of customers in a lot of countries of the world. So just to visualize everything I have said, this is about our company, about Xopero. We protect a lot of different endpoints, virtual machines, databases, SaaS platforms. But today we will talk about GitProtect in particular, because GitProtect is about the DevOps platforms. It's about the backup for GitHub, GitLab, Azure DevOps, Jira, and Bitbucket. And today we are talking about Jira. Yeah, and we do have customers from Fortune 500 companies, and our customers are mostly those companies who do care about their data. So when we talk about the backup of your Jira, that's what we cover. We cover Jira software and Jira service management. That's all we cover. You can see it on the screen. Also, assets and automation rules are covered as well. So why is it a hot topic? Like, why do we talk overall about the data protection in Atlassian Cloud? Because we are moving to cloud, right? And when the data is on cloud, this is your responsibility, not of the service provider. So Atlassian does protect your data, but not in the way you can easily restore it. And if your data is protected, it means that your business is protected, and you will be able to spend your time as much effective as you want and not waste your time on, for example, trying to restore your data which has been lost. The first reason also, okay, maybe that's the second reason for that, is the share responsibility model. Atlassian, by the way, it applies not only for Atlassian, it applies for any SaaS platform. According to the share responsibility model, Atlassian protect, as Atlassian is responsible for system, for hosting, and for application, and you as a customer, you're responsible for the marketplace apps, for users, for policy and compliance, and of course for the information, meaning your data. And this is just a screenshot from the Atlassian share responsibility model, meaning that your role is clearly written here, that your role is to create the backup of your data. It's not the role of Atlassian. So when we talk about the Atlassian approach to resilience, it's the following one. Atlassian provides you with the backups, but those backups are not used to revert customer-initiated destructive changes. And those changes might be something like you are overriding your fields, you're deleting issues, projects, roadmaps, whatever, automations, assets. In order to avoid all of that, you have to take the regular backups of your data. The third reason for this topic is being so important right now, is the fact that there is a lot of compliance and rules, and one of them is DORA. And DORA was issued in European Union a couple of months ago, and according to DORA, all the financial institutions like banks, investment firms, insurance companies, they are obliged, like it's mandatory for them to back up their data. So now, like the main question, do we really need to back up our Jira? And I think that yes, we do, because there is a lot of threats in the world. Like first one is, for example, external threats, right? A lot of ransomware attacks, we have to understand that. Then the second one is the accidental deletion of something. And by the way, this is like 80% of our cases. Someone has deleted something in your Jira by accident, and it's impossible to get it back without the proper backup solution. Then AI. I know that AI is a tool which makes our life more easier, our job more effective, but in terms of today's world, it might be a threat as well, because you don't have to be the Fortune 500 company right now in order to be attacked by AI automations. Right now, you can be just some kind of middle-sized business, and you are under the threat. Also, natural disaster. For me, it was not understandable. How does it work in 21st century? But a couple of years ago, a huge company, OVH Cloud, their data center was on fire, and a lot of people lost a lot of their data. So that's also the threat. Also, something can go down, and for example, Atlassian might go down. It did go down, unfortunately, a couple of years ago. It was in 2022, and for more than 2 weeks, around 800 of enterprise level customers, they didn't have the access to their Jira, and I know that even from my company, more than 2 days, it would be crucial, and then we will have to send our employees for a paid leave. So that's also very important to have the access to your Jira all the time without any without the fear of anything when goes down. And also legal and compliance, it's not like kind of the thread, it's just something you have to obey. So that's why it's here. So that's like actually the answer why is it important to back up your Jira. So in our case, we believe that it's easier and it's better to be prepared for the disaster than to face it. And Atlassian provide us with a backup solution, but it's fully manual process. There is a lot of restrictions in terms of data files and formats. There is no possibility to restore information granularly, and also there is restrictions in terms of like how frequent you can back up your data. Also, if you're deeply technical, if you have resources, if you have knowledge, you can create your own backup. But again, that's your people, your resources. You have to count that in your business expenses, or you can use a third-party apps which are available on the Atlassian Marketplace. And we really believe that if you are using the third-party apps, like in our case, our app is created, okay, I cannot call it app, it's a solution. A solution is created by the company which is on the market for more than 15 years, and it's a cybersecurity company. So we believe that if you are using the solution, you are meeting the best practices of disaster recovery, and you will be the fastest in data recovery. And it gives you the possibility to recover granularly as well. And overall, if you consider all of those factors, we believe that it will be cheaper for your business. So that's why we believe that you have to use a third-party apps in order to meet the best practices. So how does it work in our case? First, you have to add your organization. Then you have to choose what you want to protect. In our case, we talked today about Jira. Also, you can protect Bitbucket, and Confluence is coming in a couple of weeks. And then you have to schedule your backup and to run your backup. So we believe that backup is like kind of easy part of our business. More difficult is to restore the data. So when you backed up your data, your recovery is basically ready, and you have a couple of options. First of all, you can use a non-user recovery option, meaning that it's very common case in case of acquisitions and mergers of the company. So not all the people has to be in the new Jira account, right? So you don't have to like transfer all the users. Then you can recover your data from cloud to cloud or from cloud to local. Then you have a possibility of disaster recovery, meaning that everything is down, Atlassian is down, like nothing works, but you will get your data back. Or you have the possibility of restore your data granularly. For example, someone deleted something by accident, I don't know, maybe your roadmap, and you just need this one, so you will be able to get it back in a couple of minutes. And then you have also the possibility of point in time restore, meaning that, for example, you had some incident on Wednesday and you need your data from Tuesday. So that's easy to recover it like from any time you want. And then when your recovery is ready, you can just import your data to your new account, to the same account, or to your another device. It's up to you. Also, in terms of our solution, you have the possibility to migrate data, even though we believe it's very like minor feature, but still you can migrate your data. And you have to know that we never override your repos, we just recreate them. And as I told, in this case, you have also the possibility of disaster recovery, granular restore. Then you can migrate your data in between your Jira instances regardless location. So meaning one of the Jira is located in Europe, the other one is in the US, no problem, you just simply migrate your data. And of course, you can migrate the data from sandbox to production. Just to conclude everything I have told, when we talk about the Jira backup and data recovery with our solution, you are really meeting the best practices because it's a no-code implementation. Like it's very easy, it's very understandable. Our backups are flexible. You can back up your data even 3 times per day. It's up to you. Then, of course, the first copy will be always full. All the rest will be incremental or differential. Then you don't have to check what's going on. You can just simply get your emails alerting via Slack, via emails every day in the morning, for example. Then you have the possibility to grant the access to your backup solution only to the people you trust, and you can add as many accounts as you want. Talking about the storages, you have the possibility of multiple storage location, meaning that you can use our own storage, which is unlimited, which goes for free with the solution, or you can choose any other storage, like even your local storage, or Google AWS, like anything you want. Also, you are getting the monitoring SLA reports. You have the possibility to restore your data granularly, to restore it fully, and also you can the possibility of cross recovery, like migrate data between instances. And last but not least, you are following the anti-ransomware protection practices, because with us, we come from cybersecurity companies, so with us, your data is not simply backed up; it's in unreadable format, it's encrypted, and it's immutable. So it means that you cannot change it. So according to Gartner, right now only around 15% of SaaS platforms are backing up their data, but in a couple of years it will be around 75%. And we believe that those guys, they know what they are doing. So that's almost the last slide of my presentation. I just wanted to show you a couple of use cases. For example, one of our customers, this is a company from Germany, and they had a contractor who was working on some software development project. I think it was like a hotel business. And this contractor, he offered our customer to set up the automation between their GitHub and Jira. And of course, he got admin privileges to both systems. But unfortunately, our customer was not satisfied with the contractor's work, and they had some kind of dispute, and they decided to withhold the payment. And contractor, he got mad and he abused his admin privileges, and he simply cut off everybody from their Jira and GitHub. And as a result, company has lost the access to the source code and to their Jira, and they became our customer after that. So they basically face the disaster, and then they thought about the importance of backup. Another small example, also our customer from UK, they were using Jira Service Management, and a couple of issues, they were deleted because of the human error. So someone had just too broad permissions, and it was a task for junior Jira admin to restore those issues, and they were using the native Jira backup. And as we told, like if you're using the native Jira backup, you can not granular restore, you can just restore like everything, right? So admin was using import capabilities, and he simply deleted the workspace and created the new one from the backup data. So he has got his data as an XML file, and attachments were a zip file, and somehow those attachments, they were corrupted, and as a result, our customer has lost 36,000 of the attachments. And after the long period of time, the hard fight, they could get back on the 12,000, and basically like 24,000 of attachments, they were gone forever. So yeah, that's my story. Thank you for listening, and I'm passing the floor to Andreas.
Thank you, Christina. That was a lot of information in a very short time. Maybe we first have to all catch a breath a little bit. But thank you for everything that has been said until now. I really love how we are looking at this huge topic of Jira security from different standpoints and looking at different aspects of it. I'm Andreas Springer from the Siebert Group, and I have to share my screen also so you can see anything. I'm a product marketing manager at Siebert Group. You might be wondering why is there a little Ectonic logo in the bottom of the slide? Well, Ectonic is the marketplace vendor who is developing the application that I'm going to talk about today, and we are collaborating together to educate customers about its benefits. And I used to work at Ectonic, so it fits very well for me to do this job. The perspective that I want to bring to the table today to the discussion is the requirement of any company that is active in the European Union to comply with the GDPR. right? Everybody knows it. There's a lot of aspects to the GDPR. Of course, we will not be able to go into every one of those today, but I want to talk about one of them specifically, and that is the Article 5 of the GDPR. And that says that as a company, you are not allowed to store any kind of personal data for any length of time that goes beyond the actual period of time where you need this information to conduct your business. So as long as the information is business critical, you can store it, of course, and process it and use it. But as soon as that is not longer the case, then you have to get rid of it. And this principle is called data minimization or storage limitation. And the idea behind it is obviously the less personal data organizations have, the less likely they are to accidentally leak this information, which obviously contributes to protecting the rights of individuals regarding their personal data. So in practice, and for most of our customers in the context of Jira and Confluence, this means two things primarily. First of all, it's making sure that employees that are leaving the organization don't leave a trace of personal data behind. Therefore, they as a user need to be anonymized, which means removing all the references everywhere, but keeping the knowledge they entered into Jira tickets and Confluence pages. You obviously don't want to get rid of that knowledge, because people who are replacing colleagues who leave, they need to be able to pick up the work and continue, right? So the knowledge should be retained, but it should be detached from the people. And second of all, it's about purging any personal data from, for example, closed Jira tickets that have reached a certain age, maybe 3 years old or something like that is a typical thing that we hear from customers. So that should be purged, so it's not forgotten that there is a potential compliance risk there somewhere. And it's the same thing as with users. You don't necessarily want to delete everything, but only affect certain data while keeping the rest that you are actually authorized to keep. So for example, you could only remove credit card numbers, but nothing else. To support customers to do these things, we have created an all-in-one collection of features to provide a compliance tool to help administrators implement data retention policies like that to meet the legal requirements of the GDPR, or for example, also other regulations like HIPAA in the US, which is a health-focused regulation. And the application is called Data Protection and Security Toolkit, and it's available for both Jira and Confluence, both cloud and data center. And there are some differences between data center and cloud that I will mention a little bit later. In fact, it's the biggest marketplace app right now in this category that we have, and it's trusted by many enterprise customers around the world, like Telekom, Lufthansa, and Verizon. There are three main pillars of this app. The main features, I would say. First of all, we have an advanced announcement system, which you can use to notify users of company policies and other relevant information. And I will show a little bit later how that looks like and how that works in detail. Second of all, we have the user anonymization, as I've mentioned. This is a data center only feature. And then we have advanced content scanning and data redaction. We call that the data cleaner module inside of the application, and that is the heart of the entire solution, I would say. So let's start with that. Content scans. The purpose of this is to banish sensitive information basically from your entire instance without any manual effort. I mean, of course, you have to set it up, and configure everything so that it works for you in the right way. But once that is done, there is very little manual effort. And what the application does, DPT, by the way, it's our internal abbreviation for the Data Protection and Security Toolkit, so I don't have to say that every time. So DPT does content scanning for newly added data, but also for all existing data as well. And it also includes historical data, but also on data center only. In the cloud, we unfortunately don't have the access to history. It's an API restriction, technical restriction that we have here. But in data center, that works also. Next, DPT doesn't only show you the results of the search. If you specified some specific information to find, but it lets you also to delete and replace this information automatically in one step. If you would like to do that, you can also separate it and do it in 2 steps. But it can all work basically automatically if you want to do that. And there's also additional actions available, like as post functions. So you can send email notifications to stakeholders about any kind of incident. You can add labels to conference pages, for example, so you can implement a data classification system. And you can also add comments automatically just to make sure that people don't come into their tickets and something has changed, some kind of data has disappeared and they don't understand why. You can explain why and what happened, and also offer a point of contact if there are questions for people. The content scanning that we have is very precise. So you can even go as far as selecting individual fields or objects to scan. And of course, you can also use JQL or CQL to really define your scope in a very specific way. And then we also have a history. Of course, you will be able to see what happened, what searches have been performed, what kind of actions have been performed after those searches. So everything is traceable. Now, how does it look like in this example here? We are searching for credit card numbers. It's like our go-to example that we use. And I highlighted the credit card number here in red. There's nothing else in this ticket. It's only this number. So nothing else that could be used to identify that this is a credit card number. It's just a number, and DPT will still find it. This is because we are using a pattern-based search here, and regular expressions are the basis for identifying matching results. So that means you don't have to specify exactly the one credit card number that you want to find. You can just say, I want to find all credit card numbers or everything that looks like a credit card number. There can always be some false positives, but in general, this is how it works. And the application will find everything that is a credit card number. And the end result could look something like this. The credit card number here has been replaced with hashtags, and a custom comment has been added here to explain the changes. And this is how DPT helps to surface sensitive data and process it automatically. Next up is user anonymization. Here, what we want to do is disconnect the people from the content they've worked on, as I mentioned before, so employees can leave compliantly and the knowledge remains. We can select one or more individual users to be anonymized. So you don't have to do people one by one. You can select several at the same time. And we also have a bulk anonymizer, which lets you select all disabled users or all inactive users or all unknown users or specific groups, or even a custom list that you create and upload, and then you can anonymize these in one go. What also works is to anonymize not starting from users, but actually to anonymize entire conference spaces or Jira projects and remove all of the user references at the same time. So if you want to archive a Jira project, for example, and you want to make sure that there is no reference to any user, to any person left, then you can just anonymize it completely before you archive it. Or in case of Confluence, if you have, for example, a conference space where you do product documentation and you want to publish it, but it should not be visible who worked on which page exactly and all of that kind of stuff, then you just anonymize the whole space and all of that references will be gone. You can also do a dry run first before you do the actual anonymization. That also goes for the data cleaner module, by the way, that I explained previously. That is very important, and we recommend it to all of our customers because the changes that the application makes is irreversible. Unless I guess we're using your backup solution, Christina, then we could get it back. Yeah, the anonymization, all of the changes that we do is irreversible. So it makes sense to search first without any actual actions, just to see what the app would be doing, and then doing the actual anonymization afterwards. So how does that look like? Here is the Jira example. As you can see, I'm the assignee for this ticket on the left side, and then I'm also the comment author on the bottom. And on the right side, after the anonymization, that has been switched, replaced with a dummy user, a system user that is just called anonymized in this case, but you can call it whatever you like. And as you can see, the actual content of the comment is still there. So the knowledge, if it would be something very valuable, you can still have that and work with that, keep working with that. And in Confluence, it's similar. We can do page authors, we can do inline mentions of users, we can do inline comment authors and page comment authors as well. All will be anonymized. Okay, and last but not least, we have our announcement system. This is a way for you to inform users about company policies, for example, and obtain proof of acknowledgement. So you can think of it as an expansion of the standard announcement banner that you have inside of Jira, for example. But here you just have a lot more space for your text. You can have rich text messages, you can have links, you can have images, videos embedded, all that kind of stuff. And you can also specify very precisely who should be receiving this notification, specific user groups, for example, and excluding everybody else. And you can add feedback buttons, for example, for people to accept or decline a policy or whatever kind of different feedback you want. You can freely label those buttons. You can schedule the runtime. So, for example, if you only want to have such notifications in the month of May, for example, you just limit that to this month, and then afterwards it will be shut down automatically. And of course, you have a statistics page where you can see like who reacted to these messages in what way, who clicked accept, who clicked decline, and so on. This is how the editor looks like. You can see it's a rich text editor, and you have a preview on the right side. We have different options for how big this notification should be, where it should appear, and so on. And on Data Center, for example, you could even set up a notification with accept and decline options, and people will only be able to log into the instance if they've read this message and accepted it. Yeah, that's it in a nutshell. That's how Data Protection Security Toolkit can assist you by broadcasting messages and obtaining proof of acknowledgement, making sure that employees leave your organization in a compliant way and their knowledge remains, and to banish sensitive information from your entire instance without any manual effort beyond the initial setup, of course. And we have full data center support as well. If you want to try it, go ahead and use the short link mentioned here. It will bring you to the marketplace directly, both for the Jira and Confluence versions. And I would also like to get in contact with you on LinkedIn. So let's connect there. If you want to have more information or one-on-one demo with more, insights and your questions asked and everything else, will help you with your configuration and everything. Just send me a message and we can schedule something. Yep, that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you very much, all the presenters, for their excellent presentations. And while you were presenting, there appeared some questions. So guys, if you have any more questions. So in the top right corner, you can see this box with question. You can write over there the question, and our presenters can answer those. So I will just read those questions one by one, how they appeared. The first one was, will runs on Atlassian impact or reduce the functionality of apps? Does it come at an increased cost? I think this question goes to Mel.
Yeah, that's a great question. No, whenever an app gets the runs on Atlassian badge, unless the developer decides to make changes to the functionality of the app, it doesn't inherently change how the app functions. And those apps, again, unless the developer decides otherwise, shouldn't come at any additional cost.
Great. Okay. The next one is probably also goes to you. What does Atlassian's partnership with Wanta help with?
Sorry, could you repeat that? I had background
Yeah,
noise.
sure. Yeah, sure. What does Atlassian's partnership with Wanta help with?
Oh, yeah, that's another good question. So Vanta essentially will partner with marketplace partners who are looking to obtain compliance. Like SOC 2 is a really popular one that they're looking to gain. So I like to say it as like Vanta acts as like a guide to help the partner navigate the dense forest of compliance. It can be a very complicated and time-consuming process, and Vanta just like steps in at a greatly reduced cost to help those partners obtain compliance in a way that's going to be faster for them, so we can get those compliance advantages out to the marketplace sooner for all the customers who are looking for compliant apps.
Okay, great. Thank you. Next question is, what are the main differences between Jira native features and the functionality provided by the issue history app? So I think this is a question to Natalia. Should I repeat the question?
I heard you, thank you. Okay, if we talk about the difference between Jira native features and the issue history for Jira, I can tell you that Jira itself allows the users to view change history only just per issue. And the issue history for Jira app allows to see all the history changes across different projects and across different issues. So it allows to see the changes related to multiple issues at once. And also, if we talk about the ability to export historical data, it's available with the help of issue history for Jira app. And I also want to say that the Jira itself, it allows to track related issues, but it doesn't allow the users to restore them. And with the help of our app, our users have the ability to restore related issues. And also, if we talk about the ability to revert the changes related to the issues, also Jira itself doesn't allow to revert them, and our app allows to track and revert changes made to such fields like even descriptions, comments, and etc. So maybe these points are the main differences between the Jira native functionality and the functionality of issue history for Jira app.
Okay, thank you. Next question is about issues, so probably this question is to Natalia as well. What happens when someone performs a bulk change in Jira? Can you track every update that was made across all affected issues?
Thank you. Yes, I can tell you about the tool. Jira has such a functionality that allows to make bulk changes, and it doesn't have the ability to revert them. And in case of wrong automation or wrong and unintended changes made to the whole scope of different issues, it can be really hard to revert them. But our app allows revert the changes made to multiple issues, and this functionality will be available soon in advanced plan.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Next question from our listeners, from our attendees, was about GitProtect. So, Christina, can I store a backup in multiple locations to meet the 3-to-1 backup rule requirements with GitProtect IO?
Yeah, you can do that because according to that 3-to-1 rule, you have to have 3 copies of your data in 2 different locations, and one has to be outside of your organization. So with our app, you can choose the location. Like you can store your data in our own storage, which is free, which is unlimited. But of course, you can choose yours. Local storage, or like any other one, like Google, AWS, like number of options. So yes, you can follow the 3-to-1 rule with GitProtect easily.
Okay, thank you. Next one, what is the advantage of GitProtect among other backup solutions on the marketplace?
We usually say to our customers, you can try all the solutions and to choose which one fits your needs. But I think it comes from the like the origins of the product. Like we think, it's not that we think, our product comes from cybersecurity sector, right? So our main idea is security. As I told, you can make radio data, but it's not our main feature. Like I think the most important is security, and we are the only vendor who has both SOC 2 Type 2 and ISO 27K. And also like number of features. For example, we are the only one who provides the real disaster recovery, and also like we provide you with immutable data retention, which means that like we keep your data forever. Our storage is unlimited, also no limits. So I think that's main advantages of our product. There is Marcin, my technical buddy here, so maybe he can add something. Marcin, what do you think? Do you have any other ideas?
Yes, you've covered most of the features which kind of distinguish us from competitions. But if I can point out to a few other things, is that of course the unlimited storage with customizable data residency. So that's one thing. Second, you mentioned ability to bring in additional storages, which can be used for backups, but they can also be used for automatic replication. So you do not have to repeat the actual backup runs. You simply kind of copy your backup data between 2 locations. It does not impose any other usage on RAID API limits, so it's quicker, it's faster. You can have multiple storages, so complying with 3-to-1 rule is really very easy. One thing, you've mentioned that earlier, but that's also something which kind of distinguishes us. Of course, we offer encryption at rest, we offer encryption in transit, but even in case you happen to forget it, our data is kept in unreadable and unexecutable format. So I don't want to brag about, or I don't want to complain about our competitions, but I did some checks, I did some tests, and I was surprised to find that one of the solutions is offering you a storage of your backup data in an unsecured, unzipped JSON file. So all you need to decrypt your backup is a notepad file. So not a hugely secure solution. So even if you forget about encryption, our backup data is kept in unreadable, unexecutable format. So if somebody decides they don't want to jeopardize your headquarters, but they want to hijack your backups, they will not be able to do anything with those files. They are simply unusable for them.
Okay, thank you. Another question was asked while Andreas was performing, so probably it's the next question goes to you. You said that content scanning with your app works with regular expressions. Do I have to create those myself?
No, you don't have to. We have a library of predefined regular expressions for you to use in the app. So for example, if you're looking for telephone numbers, we have like all of the different variations there are in all of the countries around the world. So you can have everything covered with one big regular expression in terms of telephone numbers. And we have more of those, of course. So as I mentioned, all of the credit card formats and all of that. Of course, especially if you have very individual requirements, then you will probably not find it in the library. Whenever customers tell us they need something very specific, we add it, and we work with those customers to help create those regular expressions for them. So we're happy to help in any way that we can, but you can of course put also in your own regular expressions.
Thank you. And the next question goes to you as well. I understood. If I understand correctly, your app can't anonymize the Jira ticket history in the cloud, right? Does it mean that we won't be able to be GDPR compliant in the cloud?
So that's two questions in one. So the first part, yes, it's correct. We cannot do that in the cloud at the moment. So the GDPR is actually not that strict if you look at it closely. So if you want to interpret it in a very strict way, then yes, we will not be able to be compliant in this case. But there is actually, I think it's Article 32 of the GDPR that basically says, you have to implement everything that is technically possible within a reasonable amount of effort or something like this. Cannot recall it by heart, what it's how it is phrased. But it basically it means when you have exhausted all of the possibilities that there are technically, and there is still something left that you cannot process or cannot get rid of, then you are still meeting the legal requirements. And so the GDPR doesn't require you to guarantee a zero risk outcome. Just you have to come as close to it as possible. And customers are telling us that because of this statement in the GDPR, how it works now is fine for them. Other customers are not satisfied by that, and of course they can always use our app to just delete those affected issues completely as a last resort. Yeah, but yeah, thanks for the question. It's a very, very valid concern.
Thank you. While we were answering those questions, there was a question to Mel. I've seen that Mel answered, but I will ask once again. Yes? So how to know what are the partners who already integrated bond terms?
Yeah, a good question. So like I mentioned in the pre-so, we will have an update to the marketplace coming probably in the next quarter or 2 quarters that will show like at a glance if the app offers a standard agreement. But right now you should be able to see whenever you go into like the app's legal terms. But if you are noticing that there are apps that you want to have standard agreements that don't, I would encourage you to reach out to the marketplace partners, as we're trying to get as many marketplace partners as we can to adopt those standard agreements, because it really will reduce a lot of friction for the customer purchasing process.
Okay, thank you. Also, there was another question. It was while Christina was answering, so I assume probably it was to her. Are you really restoring issues or recreating it? Do you have the same issue key?
Yeah, Marcin, can you answer that question?
Yeah, so in general, GitProtect, regardless of the platform, it does not kind of overwrite the original data. It recreates it, and one of the Jira API's limitations is that they if a key has once been used, it's not going to be reused or something. Even if we deleted the issue, it is going to be recreated with new. However, I think with a disaster recovery, when we run a full restore, not the granular restore of individual issues, then the keys can be kept, all of the links are kept. In case of individual issues, or in case of granular restore, the issues are created with a new key.
Okay, thank you. Also, I think that Natalia can answer to this question, how the application works in this case.
Yes, I think this question can be used also if we are talking about issue history for Jira, and I can answer that it is not possible to use the same issue key when you are restoring the issues. It's just because of Jira Cloud's design. It doesn't allow to reuse previously used issue keys, so it is not possible to use the same issue key one more time after the issue deletion.
Yes, Andreas?
I just wanted to jump in really quickly on the topic of recreating issues, because on the last question about anonymization in the cloud, what we are thinking about is actually implementing a workaround in the app which would also use this method, like recreating issues that are affected but without the history, and then just anonymize the current version of the ticket. So you would still have like the content of the ticket inside of Jira without the history. But of course, this like cloning approach creates a few new issues, like the creation date of the ticket would change, and that could mess up your reporting and everything. So just wanted to throw it out there that that's something we are thinking about, but we need a little bit more user feedback to learn if that would be actually valuable for customers. So if you have an opinion on that, as I said, please let's connect on LinkedIn and talk about it.
Okay, thank you very much for all your questions. Thank you, presenters, for your presentations. There was a comment from Sasha, probably. Atlassian backup restore allow it. Okay, there's not a question. That was probably like a statement. Okay. Okay, if there is no more questions, so we can probably finish this session. Thank you very much for everyone who come. Thank you to our presenters. It was great to listen to your presentations. Thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. See you soon.
Bye.